Welcome to Paraphrasing. There are three criteria for a good paraphrase. First, a good paraphrase has the same meaning as the original. All of the main ideas are included, and there are no new ideas added. A good paraphrase is different enough from the original to be considered your own writing. It uses no more than 4 or 5 words in a row from the original source. It changes the grammar and vocabulary as much as possible. And 3, a good paraphrase refers directly to or it cites the original source. It includes the name of the author and or the name of the source. Now, you try it. The following is an original sentence and 2 paraphrases of the sentence. One of them is well done, and the other one doesn't meet all of the criteria for a good paraphrase. Decide which one is weak and identify which of the criteria is missing. Here's the original. Now pause the video to spend more time if you want. The answer is paraphrase 2, because although both are different enough from the original and both cite the author, paraphrase number 1 adds more information that is not in the original. It says that many doctors disagree, which it really doesn't say in the original. There is a tell-a-friend method that you can use to do the paraphrasing. What you would do is you would read the original and you concentrate on what it means, and then you cover the original so that you can't see it. Then imagine you're talking to a good friend. How would you explain this idea to your friend? And then write down your explanation. Then go back and reread the original to see if it means the same as your paraphrase. Here's an example, and pause the video to spend more time on this slide. How would you paraphrase it? Here's an example of the paraphrase. Try this out with a proverb. What do you think this means? Can you explain it in your own words? Basically means when something bad happens that you can't control, it doesn't really help to get upset. Here's another extension of that. Choose one of these proverbs and use the tell-a-friend method to write a paraphrase of it. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. All that glitters is not gold. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Now, find a new partner and tell them your paraphrase and have them guess which proverb you're talking about. There is a chunking method for longer passages where you would divide the groups into words and you would concentrate on each chunk. First, you read the original passage several times to develop a basic understanding, and then you divide the passage into chunks by underlining the main ideas. Focus on the phrases rather than individual words, and then explain each chunk using your words. Then, combine these explanations into 1 or 2 sentences to create a paraphrase. And as you combine, you need to think about how the ideas relate to each other. It's okay to rearrange the chunks in a new order. Here's an example of how that is done. The example is fairly long, so we need to break it down. Here's the first reasonable chunk. Next, and so on. Here we can say McDonald's spread all over the country during the 1960s. For this one, the company tried to spend less on its workers. And it got its supplies from fewer sources. Then, it wanted to guarantee that its French fries always tasted the same. And then the company started using frozen French fries. And not many people realized the change had been made. And finally, but using frozen fries ultimately had a big influence on U.S. farming and eating habits. Here it is all put together. Pause the video to spend more time with this. Finally, here's a chance for you to work with this. Read the following phrase or sentence, divide it into chunks, and explain the meaning of each chunk in your own words. Then, write a paraphrase using your revised chunks. Happy paraphrasing.